Okay, joined by Eamon O'Reilly, the Ballyboden St Endas manager here at Parnell Park. Eamon, a very wet Eamon O'Reilly here this evening, but a very happy Eamon O'Reilly. Your go-ahead Dublin Senior 1 football champions for 2025. An incredible battle out there this evening against Fina, but you come out on top. Congratulations. Must be a pretty happy man.
Very happy man now, to be honest, Derek. So it's it's a serious achievement for these men inside in the dressing room to come out as the champions in 2025. We know how hard it is to win a Dublin Championship, so we're absolutely delighted.
What did you make of the game there itself? Obviously, you started okay in the Fina, where I think we're 7-3 up at one point midway through the first half. You were able to level the game by half time. You sort of took over in that second quarter, or the last 10 minutes of that first half, and second half, obviously, you were somewhat comfortable with maybe 5 minutes to go, and then obviously Fina came back into it towards the end. But how did you feel the game went yourself?
And we actually thought we controlled the first half pretty well. Obviously they were always going to get a spell with that fairly strong breeze down the pitch. So getting on top of their kick out in the first half was actually a bit of a surprise at times, because we were able to get good go forward ball off that, and then we were able to complete our attacks as well, whether it was wide or over the bar, but a lot of them were over the bar, and that gives us the platform then to go again.
The season overall, I know you picked up the Go-Ahead Ireland Senior 1 AFL 1 league trophy just this evening as well. So it's obviously been a pretty decent year for you, and obviously year one for yourself in the role as well. From a championship point of view, obviously you came racing out of the blocks against the Fina here on opening day. A small bit of maybe a lull halfway through the championship campaign, you might say, but obviously you came through it, and you were, I think, 7 down against Coola out here 2 weeks ago in the semi-final, coming out on top. That was a massive, obviously, last 5 minutes of the game to turn over Coola and turn around that win, and culminating into today's victory. The championship campaign overall, how do you see that? Did you feel throughout the whole season that there was a win, a title win in the eye line for yourself?
Yeah, listen, we believed right from the start that we could win this championship 100%. When you get to the latter stages of any championship, especially the Dublin Championship, which is probably the top championship in the country in my eyes, you are going to come up against better opposition. You're going to come up against problems and players that are of a level that is essentially inter-county, and really top players with top teams, well coached. So you're not going to walk a Dublin Championship ever. So it's about working out those problems and how you're going to get on top of teams, and that's a 65-70 minute thing. And we saw that in the semi-final, where we just kept going. And in fairness to Coola, unbelievable champions, as we said before, they kept getting on top of us, but our boys kept coming back, and in the last 5-10 minutes of that game, legs brought us through. Tonight it was a different set of, I suppose, problems that were posed to us, but again the boys figured it out on the pitch, and our leaders again stood up right the way across the team, and it was lovely to see those boys get their just rewards.
Obviously you've been around the club for a very long time, but you've taken over the Senior 1 Senior Footballers Manager role this year. How did you find year one? The trophies aside, how did you find taking over the team this year?
To be honest, the boys make it easy, because they're such good fellas. The character, the leadership, it just all came together really, and that was evident from the start. The belief in this group that we could do something. We felt we hadn't really kicked on since 19. We've had probably a few disappointing defeats over those number of years. Starting 20 in the final and right the way through the last number of years. So the belief in the group was there to get this thing over the line, and that comes down to the hard work throughout the club. There's hard work everywhere in the club, from chairman Donald Griffin right the way through the football section, Donna, and the exec, just top people running the club. And then obviously I haven't picked up a brand new team here at all. This team has been coming right the way from Andy's time probably, and into Anthony's time, into Kenny's time. So these guys are all coming through, and then you add in the serious work done underage, and you see a lot of guys there in 2000s winning championships for the first time tonight, and they've had a heartbreak and they've won some at underage, but now they're coming through, and it's brilliant to see. And that goes down to the hard work of guys on the ground, the likes of Ryan and Callum's dad, Liam, guys like Ronan Cleary. You had a few lads like Andrew Kieran and these boys who were part of our management teams at underage, and even Daz was part of a management team, bringing these guys through. And I'm not even going to name everyone because there's so many people that contribute to a win like that. It's not just the guys in the dressing room today, it's the club, and we're blessed to have a fantastic club over in Ballyboden and fantastic people, and that is for them tonight.
I think it's 30 years next week that Ballyboden won their first title here at the brand new Parnell Park back in 1995. What does it mean to the club to get over the line here? Like you said, it's 2019 when you won it last, 2020 defeat, I think 23 defeat as well. So this isn't easy to get over the line. What does it mean to get over the line once again?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the 95 thing, because we've Sean Fitzmaurice, the manager, as part of our logistics team there, and we've actually had that link where we got the 95 lads in, but like all those championship winning teams showed grit and determination to get over the line. So it means a lot to win number 5 for the club here. We feel we need this type of success in the club, to drive things on, and we believe we've got the talent within the club to do it. So it's a matter of pushing on every year to try and get that silverware that we see in there tonight.
I'm not going to keep you too much longer. You're very wet at this stage, and I know there's a big celebration back on the Fairhouse Road awaiting you when you come back in the next half an hour or so. But you obviously, big celebrations tonight, big celebrations over the next couple of days, and a Leinster Championship campaign to come over the next few weeks as well. So it's about maybe enjoying tonight, but maybe quickly refocusing your attention, because we've seen over the last few years how well Dublin teams have done in Leinster Championships and in All-Ireland Championships. So there's plenty of work more to go in this season, I'm sure, for yourselves.
100%, but it's literally about Wexford Park. That's all it's about. It's not about anything else. We get a good look tomorrow at the 2 semi-finals down at Wexford, and we'll be watching those. And then obviously the Wexford final will be 2 weeks later, so we'll get down and watch that. So we'll get two good looks at the opposition, but no team goes down to Wexford Park and comes out there with an easy win. So we are going to be up against it down there, and we need to be on it, and we're going to have to train really, really hard and refocus the group after a couple of days of enjoying what we have in that dressing room tonight, which is the League Cup and the Championship Cup, which is absolutely fantastic and just rewards for those boys.
Enjoy the celebrations. Congratulations again. Thanks very much. Cheers. Well done. Fair play to you. Thank you.